Hello, thank you for watching the Year 10 strategy video. This is a virtual welcome for you and your child to Year 10 and an introduction to the GCSEs. Just to start, my name is Mr. Fox. I am the Year 10 strategy leader, and it's a pleasure to be the Year 10 strategy leader. I think that Year 10 is a really hugely important year for pupils. I know every year says that, but with Year 10, obviously they're starting on their journey into their GCSEs, they're starting their option subjects, and they're beginning to think and prepare for their exams at the end of Year 11. But also, pupils will start to think about their next steps, what they're going to do after they leave Dormston, and what they're going to do with their future lives. So having taught lots and lots of our current Year 10s, I know just what a fantastic group of people they are. And for that reason, as I say, it's a great pleasure to be the Year 10 strategy leader. So part of my role as strategy leader is to support pupils and support them as they develop through school into young adults, with the intention that they leave as good, fully rounded citizens at the end of Year 11. And hopefully they see the value of their education, and linking quite a lot into careers and how their education can support their future career plans if they've got a goal in mind at the end. And also ensure that pupils are prepared for their learning. So part of the thing that we look at in Year 10 is looking at time management and preparing for exams. In terms of parents, my role as strategy leader is to ensure that you are best supported and know how you can best support your child through studies, through their GCSE studies, and also can offer individual support as required. And you can email me if you want any further information on that. Another part of the role is to monitor and support specific groups of people, specific groups of pupils. So perhaps they're not working at the target level that they should do or they want to. Perhaps they need a little bit of motivation to get going and to start their studies. It may be that they need a little bit of careers guidance. So I work very closely with the careers office in order to provide all of that and support our Year 10 pupils. So to start with, just a little bit of an update on GCSEs. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be. A few years ago, the government and Ofqual changed the way that GCSEs were graded. So instead of the old-fashioned grading structure that perhaps you may be familiar with, whereby the highest grade is an A star, and then that goes all the way down to a G grade, those letters have now been replaced by a numbering system. So the highest level grade that you can get is a level 9, which is the equivalent of slightly beyond A star, and then that goes down to level 1, which is the bottom level. And in terms of looking for colleges and apprenticeship courses, it used to be that the standard level or the standard grade was a grade C. Now what we find is that C is kind of equivalent to a 4, which is considered a pass, and a good pass is considered a 5. So in terms of some further education providers, some colleges will say in order to do their course you need to achieve a 4, while others will be saying, perhaps sixth form colleges will be saying that they require a level 5 in order to take part in the course. So it's important to check with further education colleges and providers just to see what level that they're looking for in order to take the course. Every year group, every strategy leader has an idea and a concept that they introduce to the pupils as part of assemblies, and it forms part of the theme that runs throughout the year. Year 10, the theme that I promote is called growth mindset, and it's a concept that pupils need to understand that at first they might not be able to achieve something, they might not be able to master a skill, but it's having this understanding that through practice that they have abilities and intelligence that can be developed. So it's to do with resilience, one of our school core concepts. And it's this idea that if they actually have a bit of self-belief and believe in themselves that they can get smarter and that they can understand that effort makes them better, and they put in the extra time and they make that effort, then those abilities and that intelligence can be developed. So in terms of our pupils, I often talk to them about the fact that there are two types of pupils. Some have a fixed mindset and they believe that when they fail, they just give up. They don't have the resilience to carry on, and they think, well, I'm just not good at it. I cannot do it. Challenge is not something that's important to me. I give up when I'm frustrated. And I like to try and change their opinions and hopefully get them to start thinking with a growth mindset. This idea that if they do fail, then they see that as an opportunity to grow and get better. And if they want to do something, then they can learn to do it. And they feel challenged, and they know that those challenges help them grow. And part of that is having feedback from teachers and trying new things and using all that advice and information to improve themselves. And one of the things that I promote to students is this idea of the power of yet. This self-belief, this idea that, well, at the moment, I don't know how to do this particular task or this particular skill yet, or I don't know this knowledge yet. I don't know the answer yet. I'm not good at this yet. And I hope that they get some kind of idea of self-belief, and they realise that with a bit of effort and some practice, that they can move on and develop these skills and develop this knowledge and get better and improve themselves as they go through the school, through year 10 and into year 11. I always try to tell our year 10 pupils what I think makes a good year 10 pupil. And it's really important to tie those into the school values of effort, knowledge, respect, responsibility and resilience. And I always ask them to think about, are they reaching their full potential? So in terms of effort, that means attendance and wherever possible. Obviously strange times at the moment, but wherever possible to be in school, because see the importance of being in school and being in class, and making sure that you are getting the most out of lessons. Because if you're not in school, if you're not in lessons, then you're missing out on valuable teaching. And the important thing about year 10 is everything is important, because everything, you don't know what is going to come up in the exam. And it would be a horrible situation to be sat in an exam and not have the information to be able to answer a question because it was missed. So part of that, if there are absences, to catch up on work that's missed, and putting that maximum effort in terms of classwork and homework, and then thinking about exam preparation and getting ready, because even though exams for year 10 are 18 months away, it is never too early to start preparing. It is never too early to start revising and going back over notes and rewriting notes and creating flashcards and rereading information. Another big part of year 10 is responsibility. It's a step up into the kind of upper school, if you like, and we have year 7 pupils coming through and year 8 pupils coming through who now look to year 10s to be those role models, to be the people that they aspire to want to be when they're in year 10. So it's really important that our year 10 pupils are models of good behaviour and exemplary in terms of their conduct around the school and their respect around the school for all the school staff and also, very importantly, each other as well. So in terms of the attitude to learning in the classroom, it's really important for pupils to be prepared for their lesson, that they've got everything that they need, that they've got all the books and the equipment and the homework and the folders, etc., that they need, and that they're putting the effort in and completing all work to a good standard, and that they're proofreading work and homework. One of the things that sets a good pupil apart from another is non-required work and carrying out additional research. One of the things that I say to year 10 is it's about finding your passion, finding something that you are interested in and following it through. And you can always see the pupils who are succeeding and thriving because they read around subjects, or they watch videos and YouTube clips around a subject, or documentaries, or listen to podcasts, or go and visit places that are kind of connected with what they're interested in. So it's really, really important to have that good attitude to learning and be prepared. In terms of non-required work and talking about revision, one of the things that you will see pupils bring home are knowledge organisers. So each subject has a knowledge organiser for each topic that they are teaching, and it's a way of remembering key information, consolidating key information that pupils will need to think about and remember for exams in terms of spellings and keywords and quotes and key information or diagrams or concepts, scientific concepts or historical facts. And one really good way of revision is to have a look through knowledge organisers and just keep reading the information or consolidating the information into new notes and rewriting it. So it would be quite nice if you can encourage your child to have a look at their knowledge organisers and start using those in terms of preparing revision. As I said, one of the things that really makes a good year 10 pupil is to start thinking about the future, because we often find that by having that goal in mind, that can bring around a really exciting change of attitude for pupils, because if they know what they want to focus on, perhaps they've chosen the option subjects that will lead them into doing their next course at college or apprenticeship, whether it be at A Levels or BTEC or apprenticeship. Maybe they're thinking even further ahead about what they want to do. Maybe they want to go to university, or maybe what particular job they want to get, because that allows them to develop a focus and think, well, okay, I need to get a certain level in this particular subject. So it allows them to have that end goal in mind and challenge themselves and channel their energies into achieving that. Another part of my role as strategy leader is to plan and prepare the PSHE curriculum. That's the personal, social, health and economic education. So part of the course that we offer pupils in their form time, in their registration time, is PSHE. So just an overview of the topics. We start with an introduction to GCSEs and what they're all about and how they can prepare themselves and the study skills that are required. Then we move on to looking at sexual health and good sexual health and STIs. Then we move on to looking at healthy lifestyles and mental health and how to develop good mental health and how that ties into GCSE preparation as well, and how they can keep themselves with good mental health and avoiding the pressures and stresses that come with preparing for GCSEs. We also look at some citizenship topics in terms of global citizenship and terrorism. And then we also do a lot of work about careers and planning for careers and looking at the different types of careers and skills that are required for various types of jobs. Hopefully by now you are familiar with Go for Schools, but if you're not, Go for Schools is our kind of online portal where you can access all information about your child's education. So the timetable that they follow is on there. The homework is being set by teachers, so you can see the homework that is available there and when it is due. Any behaviour records or attendance records, also target grades are on there as well, so you can see the level that your child should be expected to achieve for the end of year 10 and also GCSE, and also performance. So when teachers put current grades, that will be available on there as well, and it's available 24/7. You can log onto a computer to do it, or you can log onto a phone and get that information as well. So as I say, it's really important to develop the growth mindset, and hopefully pupils will think about that as they go through their year 10 career and into year 11. That's something I'll be pushing in all of my assemblies, and every time I go around and visit forms and talk to year 10, this idea that they can develop and they can do better if they stick to those school values of resilience and effort and developing their knowledge. So thank you very much for listening to the presentation. And there are my contact details. If you need any further information, then please do not hesitate to contact me if there's anything that I can help with in terms of year 10. And my email address is there, dfox@dudley.sch.uk, or you can contact me via the school switchboard. So thank you very much, and hopefully at some point over the course of year 10, I'll get to meet some of you and get to have a chat with you. Okay, thanks again. Bye-bye.